Welcome to the Art Hitman. Today I'm going to be drawing Ironman Flying. Alright, for this drawing in particular of Ironman Flying, we're going to start not in the center, but off-centered, more to the left side of the paper, and have a line come down just like this. And then we'll have a line come on an angle like this. And this is so that we know where his body's going to be on a page in the space. Now, we're going to start off with his head, so we're going to start with an oval. We're going to put the oval right here where the line is. Stop about there. Now we're going to put another circle just under where his head is going to be, or is. Okay? Now, we're going to put an eye line in right here. And then divide that in half just like this. So this is so that we know where we want everything to be in relation to his eyes and his shoulders. So we're going to put a line right here for his shoulders. Okay? And then we're going to draw his entire body shape right here. A huge circle. Okay. Now, off this one oval shape here, just up under his head, we're going to put a line that goes across like this, like a curve. And then that way we know that we want to put his left shoulder here, and then put his right shoulder right here across. Okay, so just where we have this line coming down here, we're going to continue that line right down to here. And what this is going to do is give us an understanding of where his legs are going to fall into place, right off this axis here. Okay, so we're going to go back up to his shoulders. We're going to put a line here. And then you're not going to see this other line here, so we're going to come back to that a little later. We're going to put his hips in now, here. Now off his hips, we're going to have a line that comes up, that's going to curve and come around just like this. And this line here, and at the end is going to indicate his foot. So we'll put a circle there. And this drawing, I'm going to play around a little bit of foreshortening, and I'll explain all of that to you. So you're going to put another line here. This is for the other side of his foot. We'll draw a shape here. Now, we're going to come back up to his arm because we want to finish that. So off of his shoulder, we're going to put a line here. And put a cylinder shape here. And then off of this cylinder shape is going to come where his elbow will be, have a line come here, and a line come there. This is his wrist. And just to give you an understanding here, where his foot is, his hand is going to be just where his foot is going to be. And this is a foreshortening, so it's going to look as if his head is coming closer to you, and then his legs go further back into space. And so we're going to have his hand come up like this. And we're going to put a pinky there. And we're going to put the middle and index finger here. The ring finger here. and then the thumb is just going to come out like this. So at this point I'm going to zoom in. So you can see a little bit more close what I'm doing with Iron Man's face at this point, or his helmet. And this line that I'm putting here is going to define the opposite side of it, where his helmet is. And we're going to put the eyes in on the mask. And then do the right side. Now, at the top, he has a piece that comes down the middle. It's very simple shapes. And now that I'm zoomed in, you'll be able to see a little bit closer and get an idea of what I'm doing with the mask or the face piece. And right down here, he has the bottom part of the mask that comes around, and then a little piece on here for his chin. And then you just bring this shape around here for the rest of his head, just like this. And off the side is going to be a circle here. Okay? And bring the bottom down. So now that you see that we have his helmet done, we're going to continue this line off like this. Now we're going to move into his body. So we'll zoom back out. Now here, we're going to start with the contour. So I'm going to switch pencils here so we can see clearly what's going on. I'm going to have the contour come in. So you're going to take a line and come right around just like this for his chest. Come around this side for the upper part of his shoulder. Same here. Now, after he has this line here, we're going to have a line that comes around to continue that over. Then we're going to come down again. Now, just to let you know what's going on, we're just having a line, we're doing a contour coming around here. And we're going to do the whole entire bottom part of his body this way, and I'll explain why in just a moment. And we're going to have a line come all the way down to the bottom part of Iron Man's foot, just like this, and bring it around. Now, just above where his arm is, we're gonna put the other part of the armor in here. Come around, and then come around again. And if you notice, I'm doing a complete contour, which is the outer shape of the Iron Man suit, because it's a lot of detail inside of it, so I want to concentrate on getting the form first before we start to add the detail later. Have this line come around like this. So if you notice, I'll back up a little bit. I had a line come here, here. Here's a bunch of arcs that comes around and define Iron Man's armor. And then for his feet, it's very simple. You have one line here, here, and then it's gonna come around. It's a very blockaded type of form. It's not a lot of curves. Now I'm gonna come back up to his shoulder, and we're gonna redefine this, make it a little larger. And it has simple shapes like this that come around. Put an arc here, let it come up, you're gonna come down, and put a circle here, just like this. Come around the other side of the circle, back up again, and then down. And so Iron Man has some complex forms that's on the outside of the armor, and I'll walk you through it step by step, so that way you understand exactly what's going on. So I'm gonna put two lines here, one and then two. Now, for this portion of the arm, I'm gonna come around the bottom part and bring that arm just like you would a regular muscle. Come in here like this. Then bring this line around and come around the other side. And you have 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, then 4. Now for the back side of the arm, you're gonna bring a line out like this, and it's actually come out and meet this line here. So put my finger there so you can see the distance between the two, and then come around and complete the other part of the arm. And this is gonna have a simple line that just comes across like this. Now for the forearm area, we are gonna come in and do an outer structure. That way we already have what the shape is going to be like. Go straight down into the wrist, and then off of the back we have a curve that comes around like this. Now in the center here, right where this is, we're going to put an oval or circle shape here. Okay, come off of this and come down just over the wrist. And do the same thing on the opposite side of the circle. Now his hand just has an overlapping shape that does just like this over the knuckle. This is very simple, and it's not as complicated as drawing a regular hand, honestly, because the armor actually hides the form of the hand. So you put a line like that. Now, as I did it before with the pinky, you're gonna come in like this. Index and middle finger. The middle finger, of course, going to be a little longer. Then the ring finger. And then the thumb. You can just have the thumb come out and around like this. All right, so we're getting somewhere. There's a line here for this. Now we're going to come back up to the shoulder area, and here's a piece that has a line that comes down like this, over, just like that, and do the opposite on the other side of the shoulder as well. And then you're going to repeat that line over it, down, over, do the same thing over here. Okay. Now for his chest area, I'm going to put a line here, and it's just to let you know where to stop when you come over here, and I'll show you how to measure that. You'll have a line that comes from this very corner here down to the center. Do the same thing over here. Then you're going to come and bring the line. It's almost like you redefining the chest. And coming over like this, and you bring that line back up under the arm like that. And of course, in the center of Iron Man's chest, he has a circle shape, so you just want to put a circle there, just like that, and let this form follow around that. Now around his neck is a bit, it's not as much detail, so I would just take and put a line here. And for this side of his shoulder, you want to bring it and just continue it like that, because you really don't see what's happening on this side yet. But to complete it, we're going to take this out and around like this, and actually complete the form all the way around the other side. It's almost like a half circle or a C shape, if you see that there. And just like his left shoulder, we're going to follow that with the right shoulder. So we have an arc that comes around like this, up, and then around and like this. We're going to close that top off just like this. And we're going to add that circle just like here and put it over here. Now, to measure the distance between this hand and this hand, you're going to take a line that goes straight across like this. If you see it real light. As a matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll take my pencil and put it right here. And if you notice, where the thumb is here is going to be about where the thumb is going to be over here. So you're going to have a arc that comes around like this. And it's going to be the same as his hand here. And you want to take and put an index and middle finger here. And then put the ring finger here. And then put the thumb down here like this. Alright, so this is an indication of this hand and then the other hand on the other side. Now, we're going to move down to his waist area. So I'm going to close this around like this. Put it light like that. Notice I put that line around like this. And then I'm going to have an arc that comes around just up under his rib cage. And around like that. And put a circle here. Now for his legs, we're going to have a arc that comes around like this, and then meet the other side like that. And make sure we follow this contour line down in the middle. This right here is going to divide the top part of the leg and then the bottom part of the leg, and just bring it around just like this. And for his waist, it's just a simple line that comes over and up, just like this. I'll follow with my pencil. You want to repeat the same shape here, down and over like this. And then on the hips, there's an oval shape. And from here to here is going to be a couple of lines that go across this contour. You have one here, and then here, and then here. He has one off of the rib cage, just like this, and then like that. Now for his legs, he's gonna come around and bring this part over like this. This is gonna be kind of like the boot area that covers this portion of his leg. And then there's a piece that comes over and up like this. And do the same thing over here. And put a circle here. And for his legs, he has a line that comes down like this and like this. And then over, over, over. Do the same thing on this side. And with his foot, we'll follow a line like around like this. And it has a line that comes over in a piece like this. Same thing here. And then lastly, on his left foot, you want to bring it over like that. And another piece that comes over like this. And repeat the same thing on the right foot. Same thing here. Now what I'm going to do is go back and I'm going to clean this up and add some detail in it. But before I do that, he does have the repulsor blast that comes out of his hand, so let's draw that in. And these are simple circle shapes, just like this. And then put one under his foot. And another one. And then finally the one over here for his other hand. Now, if you gotten to this point, you've just drawn Ironman Flying. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up and clean it up, make it look all neat and things like that. And I'm going to speed up at this point.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe by clicking this round button at the bottom. Also, click one of the two videos at the top. Please like this video, tell a friend, and share it on Facebook. Thank you.
The Art Hitman.